afford himself from graduating with his crap degree from
He buys a car?
buys a car on credit.
Yeah.
And then you get a McMansion, and then you get, in other words, the middle school never ends, but instead of fancy shoes or fancy shirt, now we're talking fancy cars and fancy degrees and masters, and more of a lifestyle, which then not only are you a consumer or a materialist, you are now a debt slave because the things you buy require debt. And after that, you're a slave. And unless you sell your house or liquidate your assets, you're stuck there forever. Don't even get me started if you're married and you now face the risk of divorce. But in getting, like, I have no problem admitting this. I have a 2003 Chevy Silverado. I paid $4,000 for it. I just did the work on it not too long ago, changed the spark plugs myself. Most of my clothes I did it good with.
Unless they showed up second show.
Yeah, but there's a good, I didn't pay for this.
Yeah.
Just like this one might disagree. You never know.
Is it a certain feel? Or it could be warm or winter. You feel like we're real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta give people food.
No, I don't have that good a reputation for doing that. But it's because I don't want the stuff. What I want is my life. I want my time. And whereas not everyone can go down with Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or even an investment banker or a surgeon, you know what you all can do? You can all get by on less. And you can work. I did it. I work now. Yes, there were tough times. Yes, I couldn't afford everything I liked, but I was able to work as a security guard and survive just fine.
Come on. Hey!
No, of course I didn't do other things. I'm just be happy with that.
Side hustles as well.
Side hustles as well.
Drop leg! Mustang 19!
Armed security and stuff like that.
Check!
My point is that you have all this stuff. This is where you're really good on this. You did the Lamborghinis, you tried it, and guess what? Now you go with that next time. And now it's like, do you want a Lamborghini or do you want freedom? And once you realize that you don't need the fancy clothes, you don't need the fancy car, you don't need the McMansion, you don't need the master's degree, you need less money overall. And when you need less money overall, that is the quickest way to financial freedom rather than making more. And so it's kind of like a fuel efficiency. Like, I gotta travel 100 miles. Well, a moped will make it on a gallon of gas. Or do you want to go get some ridiculously, let's do South Dakota. A dually. You guys know what a dually is? What is that? A dually is where they got two real wheels on each side. They got four real. Yeah, you get a dually and it gets 10 miles a gallon. That's 10 times the effort. And with the flying hours, all this it just ends up in a landfill. All it did is enslave it the entire time. And so people are like, it's not actually isn't even that good. It's just choices. It's not buying dumb crap. It's I'll make myself a sandwich at home instead of going to the restaurant. I'll go do this thing. I'll do my own spark plugs. I'll pay a mechanic $200 to do it because underneath the heat shields, the engine is a little bit different. That's it. And I cannot. It's a simple choice. Do you want to be free or do you want to have shit? Which do you want? And you think it's a simple choice, but it's not, because everyone is not only genetically hardwired to consume more, they are conditioned by society to consume more to impress other people, essentially. To show status. And so, that is the number one thing that I'd like to convey. Because Dave Ramsey isn't wrong. All the retirement planning financial balance is wrong. Yeah, contribute to your 401k, have the power of exponential math through that. This is invest in the index that professionals don't make your production. You can go on with everything you have to do, but if you are mutual funds, right, and if you are addicted to the spending, and I gotta have the status and the prestige, and I go to the party, it's like, okay, well then you're never going to stop spending money. You'll never have the money. You could have the full intention and know I gotta throw in this amount a month every day, but you're living paycheck. What was there? There was a study or an article came out that a third of people who make a $250 million a year live paycheck to paycheck.
Most enemies.
If you can through that one else, you don't matter. it's more of psychology and biological programming. If you can get to that point, everything else is cake. Everything else falls into place. But that is the biggest hurdle. That's why I think most of the focus should be in terms of helping people with finance. Right, is getting over that addiction.
I think there's not an agenda, more like a pressure for you to look a certain way, act a certain way,
DC, right?
lifestyle. It's not because there's not profit, right? Like, I find it funny because actually being somewhere out there, there's a lifestyle, like the whole record. So some people over out there, even is like, oh, that's a lot of money. You should have, I said, hey, you go by yourself, you like that. Nothing is like, I still love it. It's nice.
No, we changed it.
I think cars, like, I think the cars, I can sell it, and another thing is what? Rent a Ferrari. It's actually, yeah, go experience it. Something with the 3F, asking what 3F is? Smokes, fries, or furnaces. You rent it. Yeah. Alright? Yeah. And so, good with it. If you want to, it's famous and said that. That's an old, that's a paint picture. That's a paint picture. You don't finance anything with 3Fs. Experience, and here's what I wish I don't think people get on that side of the black. See, you appear behind the curtain. You've been there.
Let's go.
I think people have to scratch that itch. Like, you know, these virgins. Oh my God, sex. It's like, you just go get a prostitute already and experience it. So, it's the same thing with wealth. Okay, you can get the party lifestyle. You go do that, you get the Ferrari, you do whatever you want. Go for it.
Report.
And then you realize, and I'll tell you that, you don't need it. Here's another thing. When you see other people with it, you're 100% correct. When I was in banking, this is 15-year period, guys. Thousands of spreadsheets, thousands of tax returns, thousands of financial statements. There were two real men who were legitimately wealthy. Every second middle-aged, gray-haired schmutz that came into my office, asked him for a loan, pulled up in a Mercedes, BMW, some fancy house. It was always rented. There was a loan against it, and they claimed to have $2 million house. Wifey Pooh made them take out 5 mortgages on the damn place, and it was 120% loan to value. The majority, I can't even call it wealth. But the majority of wealth you see is borrowed. It is not going to work. They do not own these assets. Same thing with people. I have a PhD. Yeah, and $300,000 in debt. These students go for the degree of a doctor. And the sooner you ever realize, especially the younger men, because we're the ones that got to go and show our peacock feathers. The sooner you guys learn that, the sooner you're going to not be envious. The sooner you're going to realize it's boring, it's not all that exciting, because all these guys did was fret and ask for more money because their business ventures were going on. And you're the quiet guy making money and get your house paid off and get a good night's rest, and then you can go travel the world, sit on the beach, or do whatever you want. That is living. You cannot
19 Tiger.
and these people who go and follow the money, go to the debt trap, they're never going to go. Let me tell you how rich I am. Notice there's no discussion of money here. My house, not that big, it's only 1,400 square feet, right? It's completely done. And when I say completely done, I mean everything is caulked, all the landscaping is done.
Here we go.
Set,
tempo, set. Let's
seeded,
go.
the grass is growing.
Ready.
And I have not a single scrap of clutter. I didn't have that much to begin with, but I went through my handful of boxes that I had. I put things into display books, these picture books. I organized my boxes on display case. There is now officially
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
I don't have this, go, and I finally finished it. The final thing was a walk-in closet. But all of a sudden, it's like, boom, there's now all this free time in the world. I've been hiking. I've been riding motorcycles. I've been playing poker. I come visit you guys, Do you want that life? Or do you want to be this fat guy with a gut who's driving a Mercedes, who's praying to God his wife doesn't find out that he has a house, a car, but she's too stupid to know the difference between debt and equity spending, and they got a house? Think about, what do you want? And the sooner you can unplug and deprogram yourself from that lie, essentially, of materialism, consumption, or lifestyle, the sooner you can join me, the sooner you can have your house in order, and the sooner you can sleep in till 9, have coffee in bed till 10, and do whatever the hell you want. But I cannot undo the programming. I've got some attempts, and I have some classes that I've developed, but it's ultimately going to be your choice what kind of lifestyle you want.
Yeah.
And so once you get over that hurdle, the IRAs, 401ks, personal budgeting, that all is easy. But there's no point in anyone listening within ear of my voice. If you cannot get your spending under control, don't even bother setting up a 401k and expect to die piss poor. That's basically it.
And I think that's important that, people don't know, is that, it took you decades to get to that point where now you are where you're chilling, but that came from, decades of discipline and,
right.
Spending a lot less than you make. And what are some steps that people should take besides spending less? Because, that's obviously very important. I think it needs to be echoed more because not enough people understand you need to spend less than you make. All debt, root cause of debt, and bad debt in that case, right? We're not talking real estate debt or in this other case. We're talking consumer debt for a lot of you guys that buy a bunch of bullshit, right? Comes from spending more than you make. So let's say someone adopts, how much should they be spending, I guess?
The answer is as little as safely possible. And if you want a place to start, grab a standard. You can look up personal income statement, personal budget. Microsoft has one. I think there's one at that. Yeah, stuff that's on
Mint.com. Mint helps with that. You can look. It should show your net worth. That might help some of you guys when you link all your accounts to see what your net worth is, and you see it says negative. So don't hurt.
Well, you know, scary. If you sit down, right, there are no patterns of pens. You do it two parts. You do your debts and your income. You write it all in a line, you add that shit up. It's like, holy shit. Oh shit, how much you spend a month on debt alone? After that, car debt, right? It'll sum you guys up. You need to see it. You need to see it.
And that's what I'm saying is get a template, whether it's Microsoft or anything online, they're pretty standardized. Go through the items, and it'll be pretty apparent what the main ones are. Rent is usually the number one thing, or lodging or housing. Then a car, especially for the boys out there. Depending on your age and who you are, you might be a student loans. That might be another one. Healthcare, if you don't have it through your employer. And then kind of the small personal stuff. Like gas, you have a lot of things like that. Now it depends on the individual. Miscellaneous, but yeah, see, the devil's in the details on the miscellaneous. Are you going out to eat every day? That's where it adds up. That'll add up. Do you have a vice like drinking or tobacco or something? Or drugs? Yeah, that's not a credit card, but you do it. But break it down, but the main ones, no, sweetheart, you don't need to live in downtown. The action is, that is your number one major expense. No, you don't. You just tell the employer. One of the main reasons rent is so expensive is because your employer is unnecessarily required you to be downtown where their office is. And you just say, no, baby, I'm not going to go downtown where they are. I'm going to take a different job. So you almost think you can work remotely. Sometimes that's not possible. Your car, your transportation, both men and women. I don't know anyone who drives a worse car than me. I really don't. Do you? 1,200.
Yeah, it would kill me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that is, yeah. That's very
A lot of times the brakes don't work. We almost died.
So, you should maintain them too.
They're fixed now. I got it figured out.
And then, yeah, so your car, your house, and here's another thing. I almost don't care about anyone over 25. It's like you've already made your dumb choices. Please, for the love of God, young people, don't go to school for something stupid. And if you do go to school for something good, you don't need to go to the flagship campus. Go online and get your prereqs out of the way. Go to the local community college where it's a fraction of the cost. College, people think college is not affordable. It's like, no, going to a party college is not affordable.
Yeah.
Going, by the way, private school, the Ivy League is a joke. There's just no better reason to go to the Ivy League.
Hey, check this.
Major engineering, major and you should probably graduate with $20,000. I guess, like,
stupid early back. Looking back, like, junior college is actually a very intelligent way to get your prereqs out the way, not wasting as much money, and then go ahead and do the last 2 years. Because, guys, let's be honest here, college is just an acceptable way to spend 4 years of your life. You know what I mean? Drinking, partying, doing stupid shit, not really knowing what you're doing. So, community college is actually a good thing. I just don't think it was bad. I remember, like, growing up, like, my parents indoctrinated me to think that community college is bad, that's terrible. Growing up, now
ready?
it's actually fantastic. Yeah, it's the 10 corners with costs. So it's higher education.
I would say more modernly for especially younger men and women. In the olden times, this really go way back in Army level, veteran standard. There was shame letting at home. Now with rent prices being as high as it is, and women just having very little interest in men, I cannot fault men for staying at home. Because why the hell would you spend $1,500 a month rent? Go to school online, and here's another thing.
I don't care what that as long as they save. And they're like, give me something productive. A lot of you guys live with your parents and don't do shit.
Yeah. Right, and that's exactly what I was going to say, is there is absolutely nothing wrong when you take a gap year or 2 or 3 and you bust your ass off driving Uber, working security, some other thing or another, you're going to come sail. Because I got a lot of clients that are like,
60 biceps, 60 biceps, 79 Broncos. Good.
They think they're losers. $70,000 saved up and no debt. And I'm like, well, my friends are going to graduate from college next year. I'm like, do you hear yourself? You are $70,000 plus. They're going to be $70,000 in the hole.
Here we go.
Is that good? Not the college.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back in 2009. So I think it was about $13,000 a year. God, tuition now, room board, everything is about $70,000 at the University of Miami. Yeah. College, and this was back, what, not, a little over 10 years ago, man. It was ridiculous how expensive college is nowadays, man.
College is for the genuinely crazy, stupid kids. Either you have your dad's money to
break.
or you are so stupid in the sidelines. There is no reason you should
Panther 11.
Absolutely not. You can find it online, especially your prereqs. You can get those under the way. What's the difference? Single phrases, it's always you don't have to be building. Do it. Your travel costs is fucking busts. And then you should really
Let's go now.
Finish your 2 years.
18 Rattler.
Otherwise, my God, trains or more moderately, you can just show up to work. Employees are so desperate because of that. Work is amazing. Children who grow up, we can find wait staff at the restaurants. Pretty much every employee is more than happy to pay a living wage. And you might as well go
COVID has hurt the workforce a lot. Like, a lot of people left the workforce and like, I want to go back. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. And so that's good for people who are willing to work. But right now, look, you can go and work for $20 an hour. Dude, just do it once. Keep doing kids to do once anyway. You can charge $20 an hour once. Keep this in mind. You graduate from high school. You make $20 an hour. Do literally pretty much anything. Pretty much anything. And then your peers, you like, oh, I did this for 4 years, oh, I did this more long for $20 an hour. The majority of your friends are going to graduate. 85% of them are going to graduate with a worthless degree. And guess what they're going to make? They're going to make $20 an hour mowing lawns. But you got the 80 grand saved up in 4 years where you'd be the foreman. You'd be in charge of it.
And also, I want to add, opportunity cost.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with experience working a job, maybe 2 or 4 years, and with the money saved up, you're free. You don't expect freedom. You're personal. You're a civil job, or you're a job. You're going to invest.
If you stick around long enough, let's just stay at home. 5 years if I could your ass off. Save that. Save that. figure out where you want to live. You could afford whatever tech school or something like that. You could probably go foreign, go overseas. You start a business. You don't even have to go to college at this point in time now. So it's not as dire as it is. But if you go to school at what 30,000 a year,
nowadays, but you start school 50 to 70,000. I found it amazing that the University of Miami literally doubled from the last time I looked. Talking about Miami's undergrad. She's like, yeah, it's like 75 now. What the fuck? And I will say this real quick too, just so you guys know, we're not sitting here telling y'all, fuck college, go work out, blah, blah. What we are telling you is that most of you guys that go to college major in stupid shit that's not going to land you.
Seven Pirates! Panther Street! Panther Street!
It's not necessarily if you have a material law school fine. You don't have an undergrad for Madden because law school is so expensive. There are so many crap law schools out there. There's a huge, So real quick, so just so for any inspiring lawyers out there. So what should make a dream for? Let's say I want to be a lawyer. So I go to college I get my undergrad in something that can land me a job in legal, right? Accounting, computer science, engineering, whatever you want. That could get you an entry-level position. Yes. And so that. Right. Then, don't do political science, also the dumb shit that people typically like. Then you go to law school, and you're saying it's not even worth it unless you go. Can you describe law school? Tier 1, I think there's 14 of them. Michigan is one. It's 14 tier 1 schools. There's a tier 2. I think there's a tier 3. Tier 4 is your school. And absolutely that's good information for people out there. Here's the other thing. It's one of the most regretted professions ever. Yeah, so I think doctors are good too. Yeah, and the lawyers are just, they're not wealthy. And if you look at lawyer salaries of liability, there's two numbers. There's this point which is what people make $10 an hour. And then the yourself to beat a case that you know you have to right. And then there's the ones that get hired by your like shooter firms. Just talk to lawyers, go look at the code and say, I want to do this volunteer interest rights. Just
we change it.
I don't know, you want to get miserable? Or not idea. How about you not spend your money, just mow yards on beautiful days and shovel, and then in summer you come down to Miami and you could just be frugal. Even trades. Absolutely. They make more than engineers come out. Absolutely. That's the number of people that there's some cost of like the reason why Ivy League schools, I'll give you guys a little bit of now. The reason why Ivy League schools are so good isn't necessarily because you're getting a better education, it's because they have networks set up with alumni in situations where they'll be able to hook you up with a job. The reason why a Harvard degree or a Yale degree is so prestigious isn't necessarily the school in itself. It's the network that it affords you to be able to be a part of.
Let's go!
And here's what's funny. A network to what? Yeah, but where? Think about when you think Ivy League, you went to school in Ivy League, where is he or she in the room? And this kind of gets to the lawyer thing. 20, 30 years ago, a lawyer was a prestigious thing. You go to the Ivy League to work at where? You go to the Ivy League to work at Wall Street, Silicon Valley, do you guys want to work in San Francisco? Do you want to work on Wall Street? Especially after what happened with the housing. I'm not talking that they're ethical. They're not. They're scumbags. They're morons. They're idiots. And you can even see this in the Bay fight for an opponent.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Grab
60, grab 60. Tap to 60, tap to 60. Yeah, hey, 18, right here.
The whole idea of that's done. It's over. That's winner stuff. That's what you should be aiming for. And so I would say the argument is unless you want to get in the color of politics and what Washington DC, but for some reason you're dumb enough to want to live over in New York City or Wall Street. That's a sucker's game. Let those people be idiots. Oh, you want to go where the boats crack in the streets? Oh, I can't wait to work in San Francisco. So, or Seattle or wherever the idea. Yeah, it's that's my good. Right, so I would even say that Ivy League is kind of unique at this point.
Because you can be in school and your degree that's great, but every minute every day. Because what happens is when you finish school, you get your degree. I'm a PhD or I have a bachelor's. It's cool, but guess what? You want to get a house, you want to get property, you want to get investments, it's all.
You can't escape student loans. That's always going to come back and hurt you. And honestly, with Ivy Leagues, and I know this from going out to Boston, the only Ivy League really that has like effective financial aid, unless we know other schools doing something American correctly. I know Harvard gives you financial aid based on like what your parents make, and they typically most of their students go for those of their goals. But that's because it's a ridiculous amount of money, and they can afford to do that. I mean, I'll give you guys an example. I know Harvard Christian, for example, they have a waiting list of people that want to donate votes. Just so you guys, give you guys an idea, the typical M-Pocker or vote for crew is about $50,000. They have a list of people that want to donate those things. So, yeah, schools like Harvard and Yale, they have money to do that for their students, but other places a lot of times don't. I mean, if the school has a fucking fencing team, you already know what time it is.
And Division 1, by the way. I have friends, right, that spent like 4 to 6 years in school getting a master's degree.
Yeah, it's base. Sorry, guys, you have me in the chat.
To end up working at a pet shop. And I'm like, if you spend that time working on yourself, doing your side business, working at a job, you would save the money all you get free and have money left over to return it.
My next book is going to be called Millions.
What should they be focusing on as far as like what should they get into? I know you're pretty diversified. You've had real estate. We talked about precious metals. We talked about stock market / index funds.
Can we talk about one other very vital important thing that traditional financial analysis doesn't cover? We always talk about with getting rid of your addiction to stock. We got to cover that side. Don't even bother. But when you do that, the next person. Now you don't have a chat with this investment economics, but it's very important. Do not fuck up. If you get married, too bad, man. It's just too bad for you. Personal finances is all about related to perhaps divorce. What's the worst choice a man can make? Who said cheap? Is that what sounds on the back? Guys come up and I'm stuck in it, wrap it up, and she not like I'm sorry.
I'll tell you this on the consultation. That's they're just I know
You see what?
That's the other thing is get rid of your course, it would kind of a worthless degree to just go back to college. Like, you got a kid? It's over, guys. It's fucking over. It's the Republicans in the Senate.
Here we go. Ready?
Most people know. All right, all depends on your age and who you are. The older you get is you move to more sure fixed income type of investments.
Good point.
All right. For most of our audience here, you're going to want a wide and diversified investment portfolio.
Okay.
So they always recommend you probably have more equity index funds that are diversified. Vanguard,
Hot 70, hot 70.
nice to say, but there's always risk in everything. But the reason why I go with a mutual fund is because it's already diversified. You're not investing in one stock.
Here we go.
In that particular stock,
Look at my team.
It's outside of the United States. The reason why I go with the index fund is because historically that is company investment professionals. You never pay anyone to invest for you. Go pick up a freaking book. Go spend, just learn about index investing. A lot of professionals are doing books. Set up your account at Vanguard, Fidelity, wherever. They have an index fund. You invest a certain amount.
I said computer guys that goes up and up. That's
Let's go now.
The 1880s.
70 Ranger. Go.
4.83%.
there's risk in everything, but that mitigates risk.
Right. So that is only one component of your investment. As you age, you will diversify into other things. But starting out right now, you should have some index funds.
Easiest way to get into it. You don't need a credit score for it. You can just go ahead and just look at brokerage account, make a broker, invest in all the way to a fund that tracks the S&P 500.
Right. So there's that. You have exposure to real estate. Because now you have a home that you can invest in quote-unquote real estate investment trusts. Also through a Vanguard account or a Divisional account or a REITs, real estate investment trust. Because now you have an exposure to real estate, which is another asset class. You may want that because you can't afford a house now, but if you get some exposure to real estate, that investment goes up. So now it's so that's another component of your portfolio becoming a home.
There's two different facets. You go into the REIT side of it, and it's a little bit safer than you go to tenants for sure.
Right.
The returns might not be as high as actually buying a home, but it's a mediated exposure.
Right. I mean, if you want, you can pay a lot
buy a house, like what you talk about on this point.
A lot of people say, oh, should I invest in real estate? I'm like, do you own a house? Like, yeah. I'm like, well, you're invested in real estate. So, if you already have a house or a condo, you don't really have to worry.
Come on.
Thing I'd say is absolutely vital is cryptocurrency. Not a lot, not today, but my general rule of thumb is you should have at least a quarter of your
Ready?
and you can further diversify into Ethereum, Litecoin, Please don't invest in stupid joke ones. It's just
Ready?
I'm just saying, slowly over time, you should be getting into by the time you
Macro leading. 19 Lion.
More the better. I've also been starting getting some of that was
silver, got it through points.
Yep. Yeah. You want to physically own it. You don't want to own it on your brokerage account because you don't own it. It's just you want to try it. And then also, I've been, if you want to typically gold, I think it's a little overvalued, but I've even been collecting copper pennies. Once you have 200 ounces of silver, I think it's good to go.
How much gold if they're going to go
I
into it?
don't like gold. It's just too damn valuable. It's not divisible. And so I would probably just get more silver.
belong to. So even he kind of had a similar sentiment.
Yeah, I was going to say goalies we can use the 5 backs to go with. That's always what you do.
Because there's some guys out there right? You know, you get those people out there that hate fiat currency. And if they quantify gold,
I guess 2 ounces, 3 ounces. I never thought of that because I was like, no, I'd rather have the visible currency.
3 ounces of silver, 2 to 3 ounces.
2 to 3 ounces. Let me just
indexes are essentially, like I said before, it's a computer investing on your behalf, and it's a diversified situation where there's a bunch of them all into one package. Think of buying, right, you got an individual stock, right, that's just that one stock, and then you got diversified stock that has a bunch of other ones. It's the equivalent to, like, let's say you got one thing where it's just Oreo cookies versus you go ahead and get the diversified one, which is Oreo cookies, Reese's, etc.
Oreo 70!
Each cookie, so if one cookie goes down in value, you're able to still, you know, reap the benefits from the other cookies, maintaining, and they're even going up in value. Versus if you just all in Oreos go down, guess what? You take that out of all. That's it. What an S&P 500 is. That's what parents recommend when you say diversified commodities portfolio. It's not going all in on uranium. Why not go all in uranium? Gold. I mean, it's not just something. You don't feel that right now. The negative side is, right, it's a safer bet in general because now you're using all of the different resources where if we don't at the same time that we got
commodities, real estate, index, S&P 500, precious metals, crypto.
What about personal development?
That not necessarily related to personal development. Let's talk about the number one way to hedge against inflation: your skills. All right, your skills are an investment that you need to make. Probably first and most important investment in, because it has an effect on your number one thing that's going to determine what's So the number one thing that you should be investing in is your skills, because that's going to determine the value of your time, how many dollars you get worth, which then goes to investing things like that. So, okay, I joke about being a lawnmower guy. Well, not that much, because it's the same as a barista with the stupid sanctimonious degree that you have. But either way, if you can get that up to $100 an hour, now you can work 5 hours and buy all this stuff. And my goal is to retire as early as possible, or be free as early as possible.
that's should be everyone's goal.
Right. And so also, because you have a valuable skill, it doesn't really matter what happens to inflation. Dentists are going to cover their asses. Mechanics are going to, they're naturally hedging against inflation because people need mechanics, they need dentists. If you have the diversity and inclusion and anthropology or feminist studies, you're going to be mowing yards, or if you're in Venezuela, sucking dick. Alright? No, you won't be in Venezuela, you'll be in Colombia because no one has money in Venezuela to pay you to suck the dick. I'm sorry, was that too real? So that's the number one thing. If you can get the skill early, and it's educated plumbers, electricians, these guys don't have to worry about inflation. They just raise their prices because they can. What are you going to do? Cut it? So that's another thing. But it has to be the right education.
Also, like real estate for inflation. Because if you need to do that, and the beauty guys, I wrote this out in another episode, so I won't go into crazy detail. But of course, it's only assuming you deal with liquid, right? Using the max money when you pay out a portion. Well, as inflation goes up and the house price goes up, you'll only invested a portion of that house value into it, and your house goes up alongside that money that you invested. So it's actually versus what we can like to sit in the chart market.
So, we have skills, real estate, commodities, precious metals, crypto. Yes. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So that is the wide and diversified category of assets.
Great.
You should have
See what I'm saying about 401k, because you have one that's like top that has taxes, right?
Right, well, they all help with taxes. Let's go first into this point is you invest in all these different asset categories. Because as you age, different proportions that you would trade from one and then to the other, you move from one to the other. So by the time you're, and it also depends on your life expectancy. If you're yourself to 100, you're going to stay in equities and capital gains. You're not cashing out anytime soon. If you're old man, you're 60, you might only play 50 years old. It's true. I got a lot of people like, I'm 65, and I'm like, well, how old is it? We're the past that. We're still alive. I'm like, you're not retired at 65. And I'm like, that's still old. But you get to retire when you're 85 because your money will last for years. That's true. So the whole retirement plan is
Okay, ready?
So one thing you can do to simplify this, because it's simple and it's easy to do, is companies like Fidelity and Vanguard have since made free funds or target date mutual funds, where they will invest in different index funds, whether that's
Here we go, check.
different asset categories.
50 average, 50 average.
And so you would have to do reallocation, you do rebalancing, you say, okay, I'm 25 years old, I plan to retire in, let's say, 2065. There is a target date mutual fund. You can probably search, like, target date mutual fund 2065 or 2095.
Go
That's what
quick.
you're investing.
Dragon,
So
kick
you
me.
put money in, they do all the allocation. As you age, they do rebalancing. You don't have to worry. It's a computer that does it. It's a person. It's a, well, a person has to program the computer, but yes, they index. It's all index investment. And then they have an actuarial statistician to look at the so that makes it easier also for people to understand so that we don't confuse them. Guys, all index funds are mutual funds, but not all mutual funds are index funds. Okay, that's a very, very big distinction there. Because some mutual funds are pure what and you got some mutual funds that are actually handled by the individual where they take a percentage of your
Let's go now.
Just index investment. That's it. Index investment. Mutual funds, but not all mutual funds. All index funds. Computer operated. You could be invested in not some individual. The top guys at the top hedge fund, they use the index funds. It's a natural. This is just the natural flow of all civilizations around. We have a good day, we have a good golden period. People get weak and soft, and then they don't work. And you got bred in circuses, and then collapses. So we're in a declining state. The good news we have here in the United States is communities declining faster than us. People make those decisions, so we're still the best game in town. But in terms of actions what that means for you and actions you should take when it comes to investing, it doesn't change anything we talked about right here. Okay? Don't spend more than you need. That's the number one thing you can do to hedge against it. You guys want to hedge against the collapse? Yes. Okay, let me tell you my secret, okay? Don't have kids you can't afford. There you go. If you're just a single man or single woman, do you know what easy it is to go down? Like if you know if it's what and you're doing, I mean, it's all easy. Have a good skill set, right? Have a diversified portfolio. Like if you got a house or some land, and you have it paid off, although depending on your interest rate, I would advise against paying off your mortgages or any debts right now. But if you have a house, acceptable mortgage, you have a little bit of food, you got good skill, you got some silver and gold and all that, and you don't have mouths to feed, okay, fine. the electricity goes out a little bit. You're still okay. I got solar panels. I don't care. But, you know, what about your bodies? I mean, think about this. Oh, you can't go to the nightclub. It's shut down because there's no electricity and people are shooting themselves in the street. Oh, okay, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to go paddle on my boat up in the ocean. I'm going to go for a hike. Having kind of hobbies and activities that don't require money, but it's kind of the thing where it's like, I really need your help. I have a ton of mortgage debt, and I got fired and laid off, and my children are hungry. My wife's about to divorce me. I'm like, you be fucked. You're going to suffer, and that's the answer. There's nothing I can do about it, which is why it's important reaching younger people. So it's preparation, skills, prevention. Yeah, no, you nailed it. It's exactly like health. Like, oh my God, I'm going to think in a shower. I want to become years old, and now I'm going to amp until my foot. What do? I guess you're going to hobble. You know, so don't let it get to that. And so, but I think the main challenges we're facing in a decline, I won't say a collapse, but a decline in society on most sides social, have a good activity, have some fun activities to do. Let's say the United States were to go to and oh my gosh, you gotta believe that. My life is not going to change because I don't. Okay, I'm still going to play with the guys. I have electricity. I got some food. I don't have mouths to feed. I think I'll be okay. It's more like, oh my gosh, you know, they shut down Disney World, or the interstate is in disrepair. Well, okay, but I'll still get by. So I think managing your expectations, not having dreams that rely upon a first world economy function. I mean, heck, right now, you can't, people got their heads up their ass. I'm surprised we're even functioning as it is right now. But it's as long as I need to live
in Canada right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've always had to look at them.
What about savings?
So see, well, yeah, you should. Good point. You should have an emergency fund, and they always say 3 to 6 months. But once again, this gets back to the point. If you don't need that much money because you're spending less than you make, your emergency fund could be $10 grand, and you're good for a year.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to have. But then also, like you said, this request like, well, wait, we got to worry about inflation eating away at our emergency fund. It's like, okay, well then you better have bought food, and now we start going into kind of prepping, which I don't really want to get into, but it's something to consider. But you know, I have my electricity and energy needs covered. I have a wood-burning stove. I have tools. I have weapons. I got food. I got water. I got rocks. Yeah, well, you know how much ammo weighs. You carry a cherry sitting in that day. Yeah, that's what's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a little heavy, guys, but it's good to have, man. You need to have, and if there was some kind of chaos in the suit, you need to be able to defend. So,
right, and there's obviously way more expertise prepper type of people like that. But if you just don't have that many liabilities, if you have your financial act together, and you have like a skill that you can barter or trade with, you know, dentists aren't going to go hungry. Electricians aren't going to go hungry. But, you know, your library science major is either going to be dead or sucking dick. One of the two. And she ain't going to like it.
So I guess to summarize what you're saying, for example, just live below your means. Mm-hmm. Don't spend more than you actually need to spend. Right. But at the same time, have a skill that pays you extremely well so you can survive in certain environments.
It's so boring. I know economics.
And diversify your extra money into things. That
right.
Can, yeah.
It's economics and finance isn't exciting. Yeah. The only time if it's exciting, it means it's bad. Like you're looking at bankruptcy, and you don't want to. But otherwise, I know they make fun of him. But Ward Cleaver didn't have financial troubles because he was probably spending less than he made. It was very frugal. So, but that's about it.
I akin it to like a set of actions and choices and a mindset that says, you know what? If I want financial freedom, how do I get there? And it starts with, okay, cool. If I want financial freedom, I have to stop doing these habits because they're not giving me what I want.